Well, good evening, everybody. Captain Namco here. So I had somebody randomly reach out to me and want to know if I can help him or her with anything that's claw machine related. We're going to do our best to talk about that tonight. So what we know as the added claw machine players out there, things that we need to know is one is a claw machine skill based or if they're running on payouts. And which a vast majority of claw machines today, they do run on payout rates. So that's kind of something we all need to be well aware of. And payout rates can vary from anywhere from a 1 a 1 out of 5 win ratio or a 1 in 20. It just depends. Things that you need to know. And it can be a full-size crane or on a super mini claw machine, for that matter. It's basically the same principle. What you're going to want to look for is for things that you know you can possibly get. So, let's get this ready here. I didn't fluff it up earlier. But you want to go scouting out a claw machine. See if there's anything gettable. So in this case, I got a super mini claw machine and I got a full-size one in the haul. So if you see two machines, it's always best to scout out what you think you can get in either one, if not both. So here you can see that we have various things that the claw can actually possibly grab. And so like that snowman, that big bird, this red panda, I mean, there's a few things in here gettable. But the one in the hallway was just restocked earlier today. Keys and tricks to this. We're going to open this one up. Hold up. For any new added claw machine player out there, what you're going to want to do is look at your play field. If you can see something is not surrounded, so let's say if this guy is not surrounded, so we'll set him up, for example. So we'll say he's not surrounded. So that means the claw should theoretically not have a hard time getting around that particular prize. But the things that you need to remember, just because something may be gettable doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to guarantee a win. Because claw machines today, right here, you're looking at Christmas stuff right here. There's one there, there's a few there, and one there. But anyway, as I was saying, you're not going to be guaranteed a win. Because claw machines nowadays do operate on a set payout rate. Both of the machines that I have run on a payout. So, if anything is wedged in, let's say Mrs. Claus, for example. If anything is wedged in, okay, you are not going to win it, okay? Because even if the claw may seem strong enough to actually yank it out, it may never pull it out because of the simple fact that any claw machine running on a payout, you know you're not going to win right away. Okay, so you think, okay, that's simple enough. I can fight this. So, as you can, before you play a claw machine, and I don't care if it's someone's been playing for a long time or just starting out, you want to be able to clock the payout. Most machines have a little box. You can set the payout and the claw strength and vice versa. Whereas mine, this one is all analog. As we know, this claw machine is an older machine. As you can see from the side, got a few things that may be gettable. I mean, I'm doing a video, Mom. But anyway, we're going to show you the inside of this one. Maybe. As you can see on the inside, what's going to matter to you as a player are these three knobs, okay? What these knobs do, they are called potentiometers. And what they do is they are responsible for telling the claw machine how strong or how weak the claw should close on a prize that you aim for. Now, every machine is different. Rainbow cranes, they have a fixed strength. They are just one solid strength. They don't change after you win. So those machines would be more of a skill-based level claw machine. Whereas a machine like these and Toy Soldiers and Super Minis and E-Lots, these run on payouts. This claw machine also has a 3-stage system. It's got VR1, VR2, VR3. And how that typically works is, depends on how you set them. You can set them to let go at the top, or you can set them to let go as the claw rises. This one I have set to do just that. And then, of course, the Super Mini in here. This one here is all 100% digital. There's no knobs or anything, which I'll show you that here in just a moment. So, what you're going to want to do as a new player, you always, and I cannot stress this enough to any new claw machine players out there, you always want to scout out the playfield. And then, okay, say if you see something's gettable, then the next thing you need to determine is if the claw machine is running on a payout or if it's skill. And the best way to determine if a claw machine is on a payout is watch somebody else play before you. Because if you can figure out how often the claw strength changes as it gets closer and closer to payout, then their loss will become your gain. So, let's go ahead and pull the money out and I'll show you exactly what we're talking about here. And of course, every claw machine, if it's an older one like this, you will also have meters. Most claw machines also do come with a free play button. And some of the newer claw machines, like the Rainbow cranes, let's revert back to those for a moment. The Rainbow cranes, the coin mechanisms are all mechanical. Whereas the newer machines like this one, this is a computerized, this is a electric coin mechanism on this. So, and keep that in mind as well. These Moonlight catchers also come with a Series 6 ICT dollar bill acceptor. And it tells you all the error codes on the back. So, there is that. And as you can see the inside, and the black thing off to your left is the prize sensor. And this thing does have sound. And then up here you got your board, which is for the display up here. This is your drop claw button right here, plus your sensors. Then you got your directional sensors over here. Now, we will show you how the 3-stage voltage works, and then we'll go to the 2-stage, and we'll give you a tour of that. And again, the mini cranes are similar to the full-size machines in a way, because much like the full-size, just in the Super Minis, you also have to scout out the playfield just to be able to determine whether or not you can win anything. I know they do. If you visit a location frequently, and this is where we talk about the lack of toy rotation, 90% of the time you'll go to an arcade, say you go to an arcade 90% of the time, the same one, and you constantly see the same things in the machine. Chances are the claw is too weak or the prizes are too big for the claw. Now, in this case, this machine has a fairly good sized claw in it. So 90% of this stuff in here, the claw will pick up without a problem. So there is that. These machines, you can actually change the price on the dip switches. The payout rate on this is also controlled by a dip switch. So let's show you how that works. So again, you want to see what is gettable first before you insert your money. Now, most claw machines today, like the ones that's all digital, like the Neon Worlds, the Mini Cranes, and some of the older Route 66 machines by S&B did this. The minute the claw went over the play field, the clock started counting down. Whereas this one here, as you see, just shows the credits, and the clock does not start counting until I move that joystick. So, what we want to do to start out is look at the play field. And right away, you see a couple things gettable. Okay, so we put a $5 bill in it, so we can go for various things. If the claw machine is stacked up really high in the back like the Sugarloaf machines, you can actually take the prizes and actually knock them off. Well, this machine is different. You have to rake to the side to knock them to the prize chute, because the prize chute's in the back left-hand corner. So, this cow, for example. See? It's not really gettable. It's not in the best spot. Okay, so, say that's not the best option. You sit there and think for a minute. Then you go, okay. So, we'll try to go for this snowman. Yeah, it's not bad. So, you think, okay, that wasn't a bad grab. So, let's try for it again. That time a bad spin. Okay, so we decide to move on. Let's go for this giraffe thing with the Santa Claus hat. As you can see, that claw rigged it as it was going up. Most claw machines, that's a good grab. There you go. Now, most machines have what they call an air grab. And basically what that is, and what that does is if you tap that button again, it will stop the claw from going down all the way. Now, it doesn't always do it on this, but we'll see. No, I'm not. I'm not turning that on. But sometimes this works. There it goes. That's the air grab. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So now let's say Mrs. Claus is now gettable because the snowman's out of the way. Now obviously you're going to have to work it out, and it will take a few tries to do that. See, there you go. Look at that grab. Now, and again, as you go on, you start to work things out, work them loose. Now, Snoopy. Yeah, he's kind of in there. And again, now, so you think you might be able to dig this out. So you think, okay, let's try to dig it out. So what you want to do is try to get the claw between two things. Say it's surrounded by a pillow pad and that. So the ideally is you want to try to get the claw between it. Similar to that. And sometimes it may take having to move things out of the way. There we go. Turn up just a little bit. All right. So now let's say, okay, now that thing is obviously still in an open spot. My day was pretty good. How was yours? Let's try to get this snackable. Nope. Ooh, it moved quite a bit of things there. Stabbed everything. That dog looked like it was gettable. So you think, okay. Ooh, that was a good. Ooh. That dog's in the dead zone. It's up against the door. Hang on 1 second. Ugh. Okay. All right. Hello, Aviation World. Welcome. All right. So now we're back to scouting things out. So we got things off of the door. So if I have to open it, then they won't fall and hit the floor. So as you can see, we got a few things still gettable. Let's try for this hippo with the Mentos tube. Good try there. I mean, it's not in a horrible spot, so it's really not the end of the world that you didn't get it. That's a good grab. Look at that. Oh, beat pay out there. That was going to let it go. Nice. All right. So now as you can see, the spider is out in the open. Not really surrounded by anything, but there's not a lot of air under it. So, and again, you think you may get it, so you try for it. So we're going to try for it. Perfect grab. Oh. Now, as you can see, I didn't get it because the claw was not able to get completely around it. Okay, moving on. How about we go try for this elephant here? Ooh. Now, that opened up that multicolored hamster as well. Ooh. I mean, see, it's not the end of the world. So people like me, usually when it tries to do that, it does make it very, very difficult. That sounds yummy. But it does make it very difficult to determine whether or not the claw machine is ready to pay out when the claw stabs like that. So the player thinks, okay, I'm going to give the machine the benefit of the doubt. It just stabbed, so we're going to find out. See, right there, that was the machine that time. That was not me. They would think, okay, first time it would have been me, but this time we noticed that it let go and noticed that wasn't me that time. It was indeed the claw machine that time. See? Ooh. Pardon me. Oops. Completely missed that draft, but I did see, now, if you ever have to dig things out, it will take a few plays to do it. Don't get discouraged. Now, every claw machine has a magic number, whether it be 1 in 10 or 1 in 20, whatever the vendor has it set at. What you're looking for is a win. That is your magic number. So the best way people can clock it is to count up the number of losses. And if they can figure out when the machine is ready to give out the next win, then you're ready to go. Another thing that any beginner player may not know to do is to pay attention to claw size. Because if a prize is too big and that claw is not big enough, you will not win it. Not unless there's like a strap you can hook the claw or whatever. Now, if you have a jewelry claw, it has been pointed out before on YouTube in the past. Most jewelry claws, they have rubber tips on the fingers. Some of them didn't. Well, they used to anyway. Nowadays, they don't. So, what you want to pay attention to with jewelry claws, you can run rubber tips on it if you'd like, but they don't. But what you want to pay attention to if you had a jewelry claw set up, if you ran into one, you want to pay attention to how that claw closes. Because if the arms of the claw do not come in contact with each other, regardless of the claw's strength, winning things small like a watch would likely be impossible and will always slide through the claw regardless of its strength. That's something that you need to pay well attention to. Ooh, see what I mean? Now, the claw size there is not a big problem. It's just this machine is not ready to pay out. There's a good grab. And if you can see that nothing is surrounded by a particular item that you are interested in, it's always best to go for something that you know you can win. Just because you think you can win it, okay. If you see you can't win it on the first play, change up your plan. Another thing that you also want to pay attention to is how much a claw machine allows on the clock. These moonlight captures allow 30 seconds. Now, I've seen machines allow as little as 10 seconds. So, watch. 30-second clock, and you want to pay attention to that. Especially when you're eyeing up the prize. When you can look at your angles, but pay attention to that. And see, that looks good. Hey, I'm doing a video. But as you seen there, that was a perfect grab, but the claw just let it go. Okay. We're going for this pillow pet. And again, got 24 seconds. And as you can see, I can't go any farther forward. As you notice, every claw machine only allows the claw to go up so far and back so far because they have them rubber stops. See that there? It just ain't gettable now. And again, take your time. You got a 30-second timer. You don't need to rush. But always, again, always pay attention to that clock. Now, see, like, you can rake just like this and still have time to go back for another prize. And I'm up as far as I can go. I don't really need to check my angles there. And that's a 2-in-1 right there. Okay. Now, like that snowman, it's got potential, but the only problem is it's kind of in there. So, your best thing is to look for something else. So I'm thinking maybe this elephant. Now, I'm going to have to probably get it out from underneath that pillow pet, so it may loosen on the way up pretty darn quick. Okay. But there again, it did not do anything, so. And again, checking your angles is key. And again, these claws, they can rotate, and sometimes it's not always in the player's favor either. So, wasn't a bad grab there. Now, the definition of a claw machine dead zone is if something is out of reach. Like this Luigi. Some machines have dead zones on the sides. Most of them do nowadays. And others have dead zones in the front. Meaning that the claw can only go so far. And if the stuff is up further than the claw can reach, then it is out of reach. You're not going to be able to get it. And it's always important to pay attention to that, because these machines, some of them, like your toy soldiers and other Fioli cranes, may have them rubber stoppers, which will stop the claw from going back so far. Huh? That rainbow hamster looks in a good spot, but he's not gettable. Last play on the Moonlight Catcher. Going back with his pillow pet, and again, it's always best to check all sides if you can, because you don't want the claw to hit anything. There you go. All right. Now, this machine is all analog. It's not digital. So I have knobs to change when I change the claw strength on this one. Now, whereas my mini claw in here, this one is all 100% digital. So, we will show you this one. This claw machine is all digital. So, and I'll show you what I mean. I have no knobs to change with this one for the claw strength. Anytime I want to change the claw strength on a machine that's all 100% digital, like these mini super cranes, so you want to hit this yellow button, hold it down, and now it is in the gaming menu. So, anytime a vendor is changing the claw strength, again, you as a player, you got to know which ones matter. The mid and low. This machine is only a two-stage voltage system. So it only goes VR1 and VR2. The high power is your payout strength, which is how strong the claw will be when it's ready to pay out. So, and also, as you can see, everything is 100% digital. I have no dip switches to worry about if I ever want to change the payout. In the same way, if I ever want to raise the price. Right now, my claw, this machine is set at $2 a play. So that's kind of how it works. Now we're going to play it. No. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Now, another way you can tell if a claw machine is ready to pay out or not, pay attention to the claw. If it does not hold on, you'll know it's rigged or just on a payout. I wouldn't necessarily say rigged. But again, much like the full-size machines, if you stab, it is very difficult to determine whether or not the machine is ready to pay out. Now, you'll notice that most machines nowadays, how they're set, the claw will remain weak for a vast majority of the plays, and then they'll go full strength when they are ready to pay out. See, like that? Didn't really try much. Now, the Spider, he's out in the open, so we should have no problem getting a good grip around it. Could have been better. Didn't go down very far around it. Let's go back for that snowman. It's still yet out in the open. There we go. Now watch. See, you'll notice how the claw let it go right away. And it only does it at the top. Whereas your 3-stage voltage system machines like Fioli, they release as they can go up if they are set to do so. Whereas these mini cranes, they are just 2-stage voltage machines. There's payout, and you'll see how strong the claw got. Now, a thing to notice, to take note of here, is now since the payout has been hit, the claw machine payout will start back over, and the claw will supposed to let go, and it'll keep doing it until it's ready to pay out again. Now you'll notice you will have to work things out, and it's the same way with a full-size machine. Ooh. So it works. It does work both ways. Okay. So now since I won, and again, this machine also has a dead zone, which is quite wide, surprisingly. So we'll go all the way to the back. See, look at that. There's like a 3 or 4 inch dead zone in the back. And don't really have one in the front, but it's all just in the back end on the sides. Now again, that was a good grab, but it didn't lift. See, you'll see anything off to the side, about a 3 or 4 inch dead zone gap there on either side of the machine on the left and the right hand side. Now watch. Might need to turn that down a little bit, but we're not doing that. Okay. Now, light objects with a rigged claw machine. 90% of the time, it will not rig you, and it'll cause an overpay. That time it did. So that must have been payout. But you've seen how the claw opened up up and let it go. And it will continue to do that until it hits that desired number I have the claw machine set at. See, watch. See it, let it go. Now, the thing is, if a item is laying flat, I'm telling you, if an item is laying flat, friends, this is one thing I need to point out, one last thing. All right. So if a thing is laying flat, there is a possibility that you will not get it, yes, but the claw will have a better chance of securing a good grip around it. So here we go. So I'm directly over the prize. I can't go back any further. Here we go. See right there. Good grab. Ooh. That wasn't supposed to happen, but that was cool. This claw machine also has the air grab on it, which I have it disabled. Now watch. There you go. That's just how payouts work, guys. And keep in mind, with you being a new claw machine player, that you will run into machines that run on a payout. There are very few skill-based claw machines left in the world, guys. So be aware of this when you go out playing, and pay attention to how strong and how weak the claw is. If you notice that the claw is too weak, there's a big chance that you will never win. Move on to a different one, see if it's stronger than the one that you tried or you've seen someone else play. So with that said, I hope this helped you guys out. Thanks for watching. As always, before I go, I just want to remind you all that Jesus loves you and God bless.